Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at 7 riders who didn't quite match the same results that they achieved while they were at Team QuickStep. First rider on our list we have Enrique Mas. This might be a tad unfair, but the Spanish star in the making rode for QuickStep in the 2017 season, 2018 and last in 2019 and made the switch to Movistar for the 2020 season. Whilst riding for QuickStep, Mas emerged as a great talent in the 2018 season with a stage win in the Tour of the Basque Country, on top of taking the white jersey and finishing 6th in the GC, as well as finishing 4th in the Tour de Suisse, just missing out on the podium by 8 seconds to Nairo Quintana. And later that year, in only his second Vuelta a España appearance, he managed to finish 2nd overall, beating many prominent Grand Tour riders, and this was with a QuickStep team that were largely set up for the sprint stage, which made this result even more impressive. The move for Mas to Movistar hinged on great expectation after Movistar had lost Miguel Landa, Nairo Quintana and Richard Carapaz for the 2020 season, and this meant that they were expecting Grand Tour podiums from the Spanish star in the making. But Enrique Mas didn't quite live up to that expectation, even though he did do a solid ride at both the Tour de France and Vuelta a España, finishing 5th in both the Grand Tours, and he also won the Young Riders classification in the Vuelta a España. Enrique Mas is still relatively young, and he did a superb performance in 2020 by finishing top 5 in 2 Grand Tours. So we will probably not see him on the list if we were to repeat this again in a few years. Next on our list we have Elia Viviani. Elia Viviani rode for QuickStep in 2018 and 2019 after leaving Team Sky. The Italian star's 2 seasons with QuickStep were very successful, winning the GC and the Dubai Tour, 4 Giro d'Italia stage wins, 3 Vuelta a España stage wins, plus even a Tour de France stage win. And in this time, Viviani also managed to win the Italian road race championships along with the European road race title as well. So it came as a great shock for the Italian when it was announced that QuickStep were pursuing Bora Hansgrohe's Sam Bennett, and that in turn forced Elia Viviani to move elsewhere to Cofidis. And unfortunately, following the move, Elia Viviani was not able to take a stage win for Cofidis in 2020. Next on our list we have Fernando Gaviria. Gaviria shocked the world in 2015 when he beat the man he would later somewhat come to replace, Mark Cavendish, in the Tour de San Juan. Gaviria was a super talented sprinter who had already tasted success on the track, and his stagiaire with QuickStep later that year was definitely a fruitful one. Gaviria managed to win stage 2 of the Czech Cycling Tour and stage 4 of the Tour of Britain. He managed to dominate his first Giro d'Italia with QuickStep in 2017, winning 4 stages, and in his first Tour de France the next year, he won his very first stage in the Tour de France and already got to wear the yellow jersey, and he also managed to win stage 4. For the 2019 season, Gaviria opted to change to UAE Team Emirates, and the Colombian star of the future has not been as prolific as he was with QuickStep and has only managed to add 1 more Giro d'Italia stage to his tally and a series of minor stage wins as well, not the same heights as he achieved in QuickStep. From one super sprinter to the next, we have Marcel Kittel, who rode for QuickStep Floors for the 2016 and 2017 seasons and was arguably the fastest sprinter in that time. He managed to win 5 Tour de France stages along with 20 other wins in his time there. For the 2018 season, Kittel changed to Team Katusha Alpecin, perhaps for better shampoo options, but unfortunately for his race career he was never the same again, and he only managed to add 3 more victories to his illustrious palmares and retired in 2019 aged only 30 years old, and he said he'd lost all motivation for torturing himself on the bike. What a shame, and he could have achieved so much more. Niki Terpstra is next on our list, and he's a fantastic classics rider on his day. He rode for QuickStep from 2011 to 2018 after leaving Team Milram, and he managed to win the GC and the Tour of Qatar in 2014 and 2015, plus winning the Ronde van Vlaanderen, E3, Dwars de Vlaanderen, the Eneco Tour GC, and of course Paris-Roubaix. So a hefty set of results to follow, that's for sure. Niki Terpstra swapped his colours to Direct Energie for the 2019 season, and this was incredible as he was still the reigning Ronde van Vlaanderen champion and now riding for Pro Pro Conti team. So there was a lot of pressure on his shoulders to deliver in the 2019 season. However, the season was not a successful one by his standards, despite finishing on the podium in both Köln-Brussels-Köln and Lausanne. And in the 2020 season, the lack of results was a continuing theme, and to this day, his last victory was his aforementioned imperious performance in the Ronde van Vlaanderen while he was riding for QuickStep. Coming now to our penultimate rider, that is Tony Martin. Tony Martin, also known as the Panzerwagen, rode for QuickStep since leaving the collapsed HTC Columbia, and he left QuickStep in the 2017 season where he changed to Team Katusha Alpecin. And Tony Martin was leaving Itzex QuickStep on a high as he had just won his third World Time Trial title, along with being part of the QuickStep team that won another World Team Time Trial title as well in Doha, and he even won the time trial stage in the Tour of Britain. The next season didn't quite go to plan for Martin, only managing to win one time trial in the form of the German National Time Trial Championships, and he managed to take an early road stage win in the Vuelta a Comitia Valencia. But for the World Championships in the time trial that year, he could not clinch a fourth title, and he finished a disappointing 9th in Bergen, 1 minute and 39 seconds behind the winner Tom Dumoulin. The final rider on our list has actually returned to QuickStep, and this is of course Mark Cavendish. Mark Cavendish came to QuickStep from Team Sky, where he had been very successful in his single season with the British outfit. Cav rode for QuickStep for 3 seasons, the 2013, 2014 and 2015 seasons, and in that time he took his career wins from 91 to 134, and this included the Tour of Qatar GC win in 2013, where he also won 4 stages, 5 Giro d'Italia wins and 2 Tour de France wins as well, plus Köln-Brussels-Köln. However, this was not as emphatic as expected, and he was also beaten by his younger challenger, which marked the end of days for Cav. He changed in 2016 to Dimension Data, and he managed to rise like a phoenix at that year's Tour de France and win 4 stage wins. But after that, his remaining wins were only in the Abu Dhabi Tour, and he was left out of the 2019 and 2020 Tour de France squads. But now he has returned to Deceuninck QuickStep, and maybe he can rise once again. So why do these riders underachieve after they've left QuickStep? You might have noticed many of the riders are sprinters, and perhaps the reasons why the sprinters have underachieved is purely down to the skill that QuickStep have as a squad to manage and control the lead-outs as they continually make their presence felt in the bunch. That's it for this video. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think of this leaving QuickStep phenomena, and if there are any riders I've missed out as well. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss out on any of our videos. And of course, thank you for watching, and see you next time.